A couple days ago, I was the victim of a cryptocurrency scam where they ended up walking away with maybe just over $180,000 worth of my cryptocurrency. That's what it was worth on that day. And I knew all the rules. I knew all the things I was supposed to do, not do. I knew the things not to give away, the information not to tell them, and what have you, but they still got me. And it's not like this was some crazy elaborate scam. I had a moment of weakness because they got me super scared. They had information on me and they used it and they got me. They knew all the right things to say, and all those things that I knew I was supposed to do and not do and tell and not tell, all went out the window. But and obviously since that's happened, I've learned a lot. I've been doing a lot of research on, but also being involved in, how the investigation works, crypto recovery, even the services that are out there, and even the scams that come with that. So I'm learning a lot about those kinds of things. But the thing I wasn't really prepared for was the emotional aftermath. You have the initial shock, but what comes after that initial shock emotionally and psychologically, because it is a fucking roller coaster. I mean, you are going through shame and anger and fear and despair. You're replaying this over in your mind. You're questioning you thought you were this smart, savvy, financially savvy person, and that all goes into question and probably should. You're wondering what other people think of you. You don't really trust that many people, including yourself. So you're just on this roller coaster. And what I've noticed is there's not a lot of information in one place out there that talks about this, right? There's a lot of things about like stages of emotional that you might go through emotionally when it comes to things like grief and what have you. But when it comes to a scam, you go through a lot of emotion, and there's probably stages, you probably could define those stages, but I'm going through all these different things, and I've noticed that there's not really anybody out there talking about that. And as a person who, I do short run podcasts for a living, I was like, well, this is some content that I think not only will help me just by talking about it, so it will be therapeutic, which is probably another stage of this, talking about it and facing it and owning up to it, but I thought it would help other people as well, because I think it always helps people when they realize, okay, at least other people are going through this, or what is it that I'm going through? Because some of this stuff is defined. There's research on some of these phases because they cut across other, traumatic experiences as well. So there's names for it and there's research. So I want to do that research, and knowing what it is sometimes brings you a little bit of comfort, but then also, how do you navigate it? Like, what are things that you can do to kind of navigate this stuff? And I want to talk about all those things. I want to get into those things. And I might bring on a psychologist or a researcher here or there, maybe even somebody else who's been through it. So there's that opportunity as well. But I wanted to create that kind of series with conversations sprinkled in, just to get it out there for myself and then for other people. So it's almost like in a strange way, maybe like a support group. This isn't going to be for everybody. This isn't content that everybody out there is going to be interested in. So for example, this isn't, here's how you protect your crypto account. That's out there. Or here's what you do after you're scammed. That's out there. This is the emotional, psychological part of it. And what you're going to experience, what you probably are experiencing, what's to come. A lot of this, I don't even know what I don't know, because I'm sure I'm going to start experiencing things that I didn't even see coming. So this is I can almost do this in real time in a way as I'm going through it. And that's the goal of this. Of course, this is the ironic part of this is it's probably going to cost me more money, because I have to pay for the studio. I'm gonna have to pay my editor and all those kind of things. So I'm gonna end up probably losing more money on this, but I do feel like it will be worth it, because I'll get at least there'll be a therapeutic part to all this for myself, so selfishly. And then for other people, maybe this will be helpful, and these will be conversations or discussions that will help them at least realize they're not alone, identify those things that are happening to them, and maybe help them navigate it. Of course, if there is a company out there that focuses on this kind of stuff, this could be some good content for you where you want to jump on this and come on and sponsor it as, be a partner and help build this thing and spread the word even more. Might help me recover a little bit of the costs of doing it as well. But I just thought this would be helpful, and that's where I'm going to go from here, which is this idea of after the shock and what happens to you emotionally and mentally and psychologically after you've been through something like this. I hope it helps.